Hello, welcome to Top 10 Mods for Fabric 1.16.4. So first up we've got better dropped items. Let's try dropping some of these ladders here. And you can see they're going to stack together. They're going to also rotate as you drop them. Take a look at some of the blocks here as well. So it just gives you a three-dimensional model and they're going to stack together. Next up we have Perspective Mod Redux. So this gives you much larger field of view. We also try turning the FOV up to Quake Pro. It gives you an even stronger effect. Okay, this is a mod called Couplings. So what this will do is it will let you open double doors like this without having to click both. Similarly, if we take a look at this, because the redstone signal is below 7, it will only open one door. If we created a stronger redstone signal, it will open both doors. And we can also see it's going to work with trapdoors as well. So there is kind of interesting behavior though with the trapdoors. It will only do like a row and it will only be on one plane. So even if I did this, you can see it's only going to go on this plane, right? So there can actually be gaps as well, as you can see in this example here. And finally, we also have the fence gates. So you can see this is quite a high tower. And we just open these and they're all open. So next up we're going to look at a mod called Adorn. It has quite an innovative config here. So it adds chairs for all different wood types that you can sit on. We also have these different crates for all the different food types. There's more than just this. We also have lamps as well. So and they do emit light. We've also got coffee tables, so different wood types of that. You can also put things in the drawers. There's only one set of drawers, even if you click on the bottom one, it's still the same set. And here we've got the shelves as well. So it comes in iron shelving and it has this arm connecting it to the block at the base there. Here's a trading station. You can sell items and buy them. Got the kitchen counter, which comes with kitchen cupboards in different wood types. You can put wood in the kitchen sink. And you may have noticed we can do a sleep by sleeping on the couch. We also have this, so the way to create, for instance, like a path upwards, we can use a step, and then we have a platform, and then we'd have a post with a step on top, and then a post with a platform on top, and then just repeat with increasing number of posts to get higher up. So a more elegant solution than just having stairs. And here you can see the chimneys. So the normal chimney just looks like this, but when you extend it, it becomes a multi-block. So you can extend it up to any height. And these things come in a huge range of materials. I'll show you quickly at the end. Finally, we have the underwater chimneys, which are really cool. So you can see we've got a regular prismarine chimney that just emits bubbles. This one though actually works, right? Same with the magmatic one. So you can see that the variety which you can get these things in is pretty large. Also have some picket fence, chain link fence, and stone ladder. So here's the picket fence. There's the chain link fence. And there's the stone ladder. Okay, we've got a mod now called packages. So we've got this thing called the package crafter. And what you have to do is in the frame and the core slots, you can place any material, and in the bottom slot, you're going to need to place a die. So I was going to try palm logs. We're going to be looking at this mod as well, Wild Explorer, in a moment. And we're also going to have a block of iron for the core. Let's have a look at that. And then we can place down our package. This is another one I did. So you can see when we're far away from the package, we'll just see the block which is contained. And then as we go nearer, it will show up. And if we left click, we're going to take one out. Shift left click, we're going to take the whole stack out. Right click, we're going to put one in. Shift right click, we're going to put the whole stack in. And if we break the block, it's going to say 63 blocks of iron in there. We use a piston. We can also destroy it that way. You can also see we've got the comparator output here. So that's an 1/8 full. So it's about an 1/8 of the max power in a redstone. Okay, I'd like to now talk about a couple of mods that are dungeon loot mods. And this is called Rings of Ascension. So here we have the Dolphin's Grace effect. I've actually put like the really powerful ones just so you can see. So this one is the Rings of Max Health. So you can see we're going to double our health there pretty quickly. These are the legendary tiers. Ring of Hungerless, mean you won't ever go hungry. You won't need food ever. Ring of Luck gives you the Luck 2 effect. Ring of Regeneration, constant regeneration effect. And the interesting thing as well is it doesn't actually obscure the screen, so that's pretty cool as well. And then we have the Epic tier. Mining will give you haste, poison resistance, and also strength. If we look at some of the others, most of them are just your regular. There's some magnetism ones, there's some slow falling. Creative Flight is a mythic level, also pretty good. And water walking as well. So a couple of really good ones. Mythic, I think Mythic probably is actually a higher tier than Epic. So that mod is certainly very good for the ring slot here. But if you wanted a mod that would actually let you put things in all these different slots that you get, Artifacts is pretty good. So you can see we've got flippers, so we can put that in the shoes slot here. So grants immunity, steadfast spikes will grant immunity to knockback. Running shoes is step assist and movement speed. So running shoes probably actually is probably the one you're going to want to use there actually. So we'll put the running shoes on. The kitty slippers, creepers, avoid the wearer. That's based of course on the fact that creepers are scared of cats. Bunny hoppers, jump height. Increases knockback, so the pocket piston. So we put that in the glove slot here. Causes the wearer's melee attack to deal fire damage. That is probably a slightly better one rather than knockback. So we just take our sheep. Wow. That is such a cool effect, right? And the power glove is, you can actually put the power glove in this one here. But it doesn't seem like it will go in the other ones. We've got feral claws to increase the attack speed. Let's try the attack speed one. Mining speed. Let's try the mining speed. Let's try putting the ring of mining in. And let's see what happens now. So it's not bad. Remember, this is a completely unenchanted netherite pickaxe. So it's not bad. So Crystal Heart is for the belt slot here. The belt is in the legging slot there. And that you can see we're going to get a bunch of more hearts. It looks like another 5 hearts with that one. Again, magnetism. Antidote vessel reduces temporary immune to fire damage. Thorns pendant. Light attackers on fires. Strike attackers with lightning. So the necklace will go here. Movement speed after taking damage. Length of invincibility after taking damage. Turn the wearer invisible. Extra level of fortune. Extra level of looting in the hat slot. And you can see it actually renders on the character. I didn't realise that. This looks like a village upgrade. See in the dark with the night vision goggles. Let's try that. Breathe underwater with the snorkel. So the rendering on these are actually really, really cool. Decrease time to take for drinkable items. We also have the eternal steak and the everlasting beef, which is just food items that you can constantly eat. We have this as a shield and a glider. So let's try, we're actually on quite a high platform here, so let's try and use this as a glider if we can. So you can see we can go, yeah, we can just glide with this down, Mary Poppins style, right? There's also an underground campsite which is added, which looks like this. You can see we've got a campfire here, smithing table, brewing stand. And you can see we've got some, this chest has the potential of being one of these ones. And you can see you'll get some of the drops from that. Next up, we've got a mod called Spawn Lanterns. So this is a really cool mod. So say we have a soul lantern in the world. What we can do is we can turn it into one of two different types of special spawning lanterns that are going to affect how mobs are spawning. So first one is the Soothing Lantern with honey, and with Crying Obsidian, we're going to get the Crying Lantern. So Soothing, what this will do is it will avoid any hostile mob spawns if the light level is above 0. So essentially you're going to get a lot less spawns on the surface because the light level is often above 0. And it won't affect the mob cap though, so there'll still be a lot of mob spawns underground. But the Crying Lantern, on the other hand, is actually going to double the mob spawnings. So you can already tell with this provocation effect that the number of spawns is much higher. You're actually going to get auto aggroed as well by mobs that wouldn't automatically aggro you with the provocation. So you take a look at that Enderman, for instance. You're going to see as soon as we go into survival mode, auto aggro. Okay, I'd like to also talk about this mod called Wild Explorer. Now, to be completely honest with you, the reason I actually selected this mod for this was because of this. The duck model is unbelievable. It's probably the best duck I've seen in Minecraft so far. It's a perfect model, right? And even the ambient noise is cool. But there's quite a lot to this mod. So we have a pink cherry tree here, the white cherry. So we're going to go through a bunch of features. There is a biome as well, the pumpkin forest. It's sort of it's a bit like a taiga. With biome mods, I tend not to go. The palm is massive. You actually saw them in the desert before. If we take a look at what is added, you can see we're going to get lots of different coloured mushroom blocks. So for instance, we take a yellow mushroom here. You can see we have some of this blue night material here. One feature that is pretty cool is having the piles. We've seen normally you see the leaf piles, but to have actually piles of flowers is actually kind of unusual. There is an amaranth from the forest in the end and some extra details in the nether as well. This looks like it's just in the process of getting added. We've got some blueberries, banana trees, apricots. So it looks like there's various things that are currently being added. So the final mod we're going to look at is this mod Fabrication. Very much a mod that adds a large number of features. And I want to just draw your attention to 2 points first. One is the enchanted books. Being able to see the first letter of the enchanted book, very, very helpful. This is something which is a problem that hasn't been resolved. I think there is another developer that changes the book colors or has the tooltips. This is a really elegant solution, and I really like it. The other thing I'd like to draw your attention to is the pretty amazing config screen. It's probably the best config screen I've ever seen. Take a look at this. I mean, that's pretty awesome. What's really cool about the config is we can enable everything. So at the moment it's on light. What's really cool as well is that we can actually press the different buttons and they actually have different pitches. Let's try turning on this. So one of the cool things you can do is you can type in mods and it will actually show you all the different mods that you've got installed at the moment. So there are some interesting features with cactus as well. So this is something that you can't normally do with cactus, right? So you can see we still take damage when we walk into the cactus, but because we have our boots on, we can actually walk on top of the cactus. It kind of makes more sense that you wouldn't be taking damage from that. Another thing we can do as well is we can put on power onto a trident and sharpness onto the trident as well. So also at level 30, slightly different sound when we get to level 30 there. Place down a campfire, it's going to be placed down unlit. This is quite a cool feature. The water fills on break. Water source blocks fill in broken blocks instead of air if there's more water on its northeast, southwest and top faces. This is quite cool as well. The fire aspect is flint and steel. Also walk through berry bushes in the same way with the cactus. Let's take a look at the feature which makes the arrows work better in water. Let's try and shoot this squid. Yeah, it works much better. So that is a really awesome feature for sure. There are quite a lot of features. I just want to go through a couple more though, which is that the Silk Touch, that will always show that S there on the screen, so you'll know exactly which pickaxe you're using there. And the other important one is the fire animation is now only half as high, so it's less invasive into the screen. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching.